Hey everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Today we're working on the Cape Cod card workshop, and one of the featured techniques in here is using the water brush and your toffee ink. So what they want you to do is squeeze, 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 and then you have some ink in the top of your tray, and we're going to be flinging water. So you want to get a good amount of, I got a lot of water in there, and we'll see how it goes. So for the first card, behind the message is a bunch of dots. Now, when I did this the first time, I did not get my dots dark enough. So I think we might have figured that out. So I'm just going to try. One of the things that I was doing is I usually bang on my wrist, but it seemed more successful when I'm practicing if I banged on something else. I'm not getting very big of drops. So usually that means more water, but I want also, oh, those are nice and dark, and I'm getting some bigger ones. So this is how you would do that. Now, on card one, we're just doing behind a message. So I would do my stuff before, and then I would stamp the other items on this after I did the wet stuff. And then on this card, they want some splats above and below. I elected not to do it because I wasn't having success, but I did want to go ahead and show you how to do it on a larger card section here. So I would normally be doing this on my all-purpose mat, but it doesn't work well on the video, so I'm on white. So what I'm trying to do is get some color. So it's actually working pretty well. So you can see my water brush is almost straight up and down. And that, I think that's going to turn out really well when I go to put those side pieces on here. It'll be there. I'm a bit up and down horizontal. Vertical. So let's see if I can get some dots in here that take it away from being straight up and down. I don't know if that was more successful, but anyway, I got some splats, probably more than I'm wishing for, but say for pretend you don't want to do that. Another way you can get the same technique, but with, say for pretend, a shimmer brush. So I have two cards that wish for shimmer brush. So I'm going to do them both at the same time. And what I'm going to do is I've got my corner of my all-purpose mat in here, so it's not taking up the whole video. And then I want to squeeze a puddle onto my all-purpose mat. And then kind of soak it up. And then do the same exact thing. So let's try to keep this less. Oh, it worked well going like this. I'm going to let it go ahead and pop onto those ones above it, which is good because I want some on there too. But I mustn't forget about this one below either. Oh, here's a big one. Oh, okay, so whack it hard. And you might get some big drops. Anyway, well, those are rather flicky. That's not awesome. I need a little bit. This is not as attractive as I would have liked. It's got a lot of little things going on and not very many big things. So it's going to take a little bit of practice. But anyway, that is the basic technique of that. And then if you don't want to use I'm going to try and soak this up again back into my shimmer brush. It feels like it worked before, so I'm just going to soak it up a little bit. It's probably not working. Okay, so we got that. And then we can set these aside to dry. And then one last thing that we could have done is you don't want to use your shimmer brush. You don't like the ink pad painting. Well, what about watercolor painting? So we can take, we're using the brown color, so I don't know which brown to use. How about this one? We just use our water brush or regular paintbrush in the watercolor paints. Let's see what happens. Nice and dark, and I'm getting much bigger splotches. Ooh, look at that big splotch. Okay, so maybe easier to control in the painting. Anyway, so that is 3 different ways of doing your splatting. And then while I'm doing that, I think I'm going to go ahead and, so I've got this a little bit how it is on one of my cards. Let's see, I think I wanted a little lighter than that. I wonder how this color would be. Kind of gray brown, isn't it? And it's not very fat. Not very fat of drops. I need to figure out how to do it where I only get a couple really fat drops. See if that probably won't work either. No. Anyway, at least I've got some drops on there. So that is adding some color splats with your shimmer brush, your ink pad painting, or with your watercolor paints painting. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting.